I am going to go ahead and trust that Styx is making a real video and he isn't clickbaiting me again just to plug his Patreon for a minute and a half. I am going to assume there is legitimate news here. Okay, Styx, I'm going out on a limb here. I'm expecting some legitimate news. My chat told me to not watch. I'm going above and beyond. I am going to trust that this is a legitimate video. 5-minute video with a 3-minute Patreon ad. I'm going to trust our boy here.
The biggest gacha announcement of the entire year just dropped,
Really?
and nobody even knows about it.
Never heard about it.
Nobody is talking about
Until
it.
now.
Until now.
Predicted.
Project Mugen is going to be officially playable, as confirmed by
When?
NetEase themselves. I'm assuming this is due to the fact that Neverness Whoeverness
When?
is approaching a playable state.
Very
They're
rapidly.
holding a test phase themselves. Project Mugen,
I don't want Mugen to rush at all. I really, really, really don't. I don't.
as they very likely don't want to get left behind, given they announced their game first, is trying to get a head start
It
in
looks
an
so
active
fucking
attempt to
good.
release before Neverness does.
Okay.
Now, I'm sure you're curious about the details.
Yeah.
So let's just go ahead and jump right in. NetEase held their third
Oh,
quarter
shit.
2024 earnings call. This is documented over on their official website and dozens of others. Numerous different games were mentioned. Destiny Rising, Once Human, Fragpunk, but most
Good
important
games. Once Human's
was
fucking banger.
this little section dedicated specifically to Mugen. They go on to note, we are also planning to start a regional offline technical test soon for our eagerly anticipated open world adventure title Project Mugen. After another year of intense development and refinement, Project Mugen is ready to captivate ACG fans with a fresh urban exploration experience.
Spider-Man.
Next up, we're thrilled to also announce our latest product, Marvel Mystic Mayhem.
Nobody cares.
The Marvel Universe, blah, blah, blah. We don't care about that.
True.
They have spent the last year in intense development and refinement. And according to them, the game is now ready to captivate players. This is not them saying...
If the game looks like this, because this trailer is like a year and a half old. If this game already looks like this a year and a half ago, I mean, fuck, bro. This shit could actually be the next big one. It really could. Now, I'm being very optimistic with this shit. But Project Mugen's got the cars. It's got the fun traversal. The graphics are pretty damn good. They're not up to Zenless Zone Zero's models, but Zenless Zone Zero is much smaller scale, so I don't expect them to be able to keep meat on that regard. The combat looks really good. It just depends on the way they portray the story. I'm hoping they do more comic book panel style storytelling, but I think Project Mugen really has it. The number one gacha game that I think that we're getting in the near future is most likely Azure Familia. That's just me, though.
Hey, we're releasing a test phase, and then we're going to overhaul aspects of it and release 3 years from now. No, this is them saying the game is ready. We're going to test it, make sure it works, and then we're going to release it, which is crazy. Because Neverness was expected to be significantly ahead of Mugen, but that might not be the case anymore. Neverness might need to put their foot down on the gas pedal because Mugen is approaching completion. They have been hard at work.
Is there more news or just that one
releasing
screenshot?
Regular content on social platforms like Neverness has been.
Bro, the dual yo-yo looks so good.
They've been silent, they've been quiet, they've been working hard.
That chick's shark teeth is so hot.
They have a finalized product to show for it. They are holding an offline technical test. I'm unsure if they're going to hold an online test phase as well. We know that...
Okay, so genuine question. I think this character objectively looks really good.
We know that...
I think the expression is great. I think the proportions are great. I think the character at least looks unique enough where I would be excited about this character. Chet, do you think this character looks good or no? I don't think she's on the level of like Jane Doe or on the level of like Bernice, right? But I would say that this character in a Honkai Star Rail game would at least look the equivalent of she looks like a Jean from Genshin Impact. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe looks like a Himiko from Honkai Star Rail. You know what I'm saying? Like she looks like a standard 5-star. You know what I'm saying?
At Wuthering Waves held an offline technical test, and then they released like a month or two later. This could be an indicator as to when Mugen plans on releasing. Or it could just be them saying, hey, we finished the game, now we're gonna test it ourselves, we're gonna make sure it's working, and then we're gonna let you guys test it. Scrolling
Sure, I think that's a great idea. However, I think that Project Mugen rushing due to Neverness to Everness would be a massive fucking blunder. I think Neverness to, holy fucking tits, Jesus Christ. I think Never to Everness is going to be pretty good, but I don't think it's going to be the scene disruptor that people are expecting Project Mugen and Azure Premilia to be. Time will tell, but I think those are the next two big hitters.
Down a little bit further, they do note Mugen a few more times. Before we go any further, let me take a moment here.
Yeah.
The launch time for the mention some for your man. You guys are phenomenal, and I can't thank you all enough for the support.
Huge Patreon plug.
Let's keep talking. Thank you for your management for taking my question. My question is on your pipeline. You mentioned some titles earlier in the call, but could you provide more details on the game genre and the expected launch time for the key titles in 2025? Additionally, I'd like to ask a question on Project Mugen.
Oh, shit.
What is the latest status of the game and the expected launch time?
Oh, shit.
To which William Ding responded, yes.
They answered a real fucking question? Okay, we already got that shit on Genshin. Nice.
So let's talk about Fragpunk and Project Mugen. Fragpunk, as we mentioned, that we're going to have a test within this year in December.
Yep.
Based on that test result, we'll decide when to launch the game officially. That's for Fragpunk.
Okay.
As for Project Mugen,
No idea what Fragpunk is.
as we mentioned, we're going to have the first offline test within this year.
Okay, so that means the next month.
Is going to be at some point in December, and we do have high expectations for Project Mugen, not only because we invested a tremendous amount of R&D resources into this product, but also our expectation is that this game is not going to be only another open world action game. It will carry NetEase's thinking about future action games.
Oh shit.
Based on our 20 years of experience, knowledge of the Chinese game, of the gamers and observational gamers, we got a lot of thinking into what the future of this type of game should be and what will be reflected in the game. We have high expectations.
I am really, I admire developers that have confidence in their own product. Like, they gassed this shit the fuck up. That gets me excited. Because so many devs undersell the excitement of their games. This is huge.
Unfortunately, it does look as though they dodged answering the release date, but they...
Well, it's probably because they just don't have an answer for that. If I were to guess, if it's doing testing within the year, that means that a alpha will probably happen within 2 months, the beta will happen within 6 months, and the release will probably happen by the end of 2025, which is fucking pain. But maybe they say it's good to go. Who knows?
They did confirm that at some point...
I don't give a fuck when this game comes out. I just want it to be a banger when it comes out, and I don't want it to be another Blue Protocol situation. Because I waited for Blue Protocol for 7 fucking years, and then it got canceled. And that shit pissed me the hell off.
In December, there is going to be a definitive offline technical test, and it was hinted at being available at some point in 2025. They didn't state that it wasn't launching in 2025, which means if Neverness isn't careful, Project Mugen is going to release before they do. Neverness thought they had this in the bag, that they could release their version of Project Mugen before Project Mugen did, but that might not be the case. Either way, I'm excited to see who is going to captivate.
I will say, as much as I want them to take their time, this is the most competitive the gacha space has ever been in history. The games that have come out are so fucking good. There really is something for everybody. The only way the gacha scene becomes huge again is if one game comes out that just dwarfs every other game and gets everybody to quit. That was Genshin Impact. Genshin Impact got everybody to quit every other gacha game to only play Genshin. We are looking for the next Genshin. I do believe that Azure and Project Mugen, based on what we've seen, do have the potential to be the next Genshin. Wuthering Waves, I'm not gonna lie, Wuthering Waves for about 2 months recaptured the excitement of a fresh Genshin launch again. The launch of Wuthering Waves was phenomenal, rivaling the same as COVID Genshin launch, which was nuts. I think these two can also give us the initial hype of that game again.
The urban fantasy market, players that are interested in the vehicular transportation and exploration. I just genuinely hope neither game rushes to release before the other, because that game will fail. Hey, hey you, where do you think you're going? Don't you close out of this tab. I didn't give you permission to do that.
Bro, that's insane that Styx made a 5.5-minute video based on 2 lines of text. Hey, Styx, thank you for... I don't feel like I was clickbaited. I feel like I got sufficient new information, and I'm happy with that, man. Hey, Styx W, bro. Go check out the channel, give it a follow. We believe in him, but man, that was... Hey, man, we are dragging it out, huh? Did tech get clickbaited? Prediction. Okay. All right. Well, anyways, I enjoyed the video. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Thanks, Styx, for the video. I'll see y'all later. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.